Kourtney Kardashian is finally spilling all the tea on how her sister Kim tried to sabotage her wedding, and fans are saying what Kim did was pure evil.
She wasn't happy at my wedding. She could never give acknowledgement of whoa, this is so amazing.
The feud between Kourtney and Kim Kardashian just got uglier after Kourtney revealed how Kim selfishly used her wedding as a business opportunity.
My sister used my wedding as a business opportunity. It's who she is to her core.
However, this situation between Kourtney and Kim is much deeper than the recent wedding drama, and Kourtney is now speaking out on how Kim has always been jealous of her. So what exactly went down between Kourtney and Kim at the wedding? Did Kim really try to sabotage Kourt's big day out of jealousy? Let's break it down.
It's about communication. Mom never mentioned it to me. I think that's why it hurts my feelings. It was my actual wedding.
But first, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video.
Kourtney Kardashian has reportedly decided to completely distance herself from her family, and we really can't say we blame her. Kourtney was always treated horribly by her family, especially her sister Kim. And what Kim did at Kourtney's wedding last year was the final straw. To give you some context, in May 2022, Kourtney and Travis Barker tied the knot in Portofino, Italy, in a stunning wedding hosted by the legendary Italian designer duo Dolce & Gabbana. The wedding featured a series of bold looks inspired by D&G's 90s archive, and all of the looks were hand-picked by Kourtney. And as Kourtney explained in the new episode of The Kardashians, this wasn't a business deal and she wasn't paid to promote D&G. She and Travis simply loved the 90s D&G vibe, and they thought it would be a cool theme for the wedding. But little did Kourtney know that just 4 months later, Kim would drop a collaboration with D&G featuring pieces also inspired by their 90s archive. Kim later claimed that Dolce & Gabbana were inspired by the look she wore at Kourtney's wedding and contacted her to collab on a collection.
I've been spending a lot of time over the years with Domenico and Stefano, and I think over the summer, when I was at my sister's wedding, they saw all of the looks that I pulled. I have a really big Dolce & Gabbana archive, so when they saw a lot of the looks that I had, they were asking me questions like, where did I get it? And how I styled it this way. And we just started having these conversations about their archives.
However, in the new episode of The Kardashians, Kourtney broke down while talking to Kendall about how Kim totally blindsided her, copied all the looks from her wedding, and only told her about the D&G collab once the collection was already finalized.
Kim is in Milan, doing this whole Kim, Dolce & Gabbana, Ciao Kim, living La Dolce Vita. While we were at our wedding, I guess, Kim was having these conversations with Dolce that I didn't know about.
Kourt explained that she would have been fine with Kim teaming up with D&G if she had just asked her first if it was okay and waited some time to release the collection.
She wasn't like, hey, I got this offer. How do you feel about this? I really want the money, or whatever it was that she was feeling. It's just legit copying my wedding. Everything that I did was pulling references of 90s. It's just it's stupid.
Kourtney also shared that it was obvious that Kim wasn't genuinely happy for her at the wedding, and she was basically just looking for any opportunity to steal her thunder.
She wasn't happy at my wedding. Everyone else was like, whoa, this is amazing. We're having the best time. She could never give acknowledgement of whoa, this is so amazing. I love this whole vibe. Do you mind, or how do you feel about me doing this? I'm never gonna really probably tell someone not to do something.
And this is actually something that fans noticed when Kourtney and Travis's wedding special first aired on Hulu, because Kim's wedding speech seemed super fake.
Seriously, you brought us along in your fairy tale, and there's really no love story like you guys. It's a movie, it's the cutest, you guys are the best.
Before the ceremony, Kim was also shown giving Kourtney advice about walking down the aisle, and of course, she had to make it all about herself.
A piece of advice that I'll give you is, when I was walking down the aisle in Italy and I had the long train, I was so nervous that I was either gonna come back, that I walked so fast. So you're saying, walk slow, walk slow.
But what made the whole D&G drama even worse for Kourt is that her mom, Kris, and sister, Khloe, both took Kim's side, and Kris stayed silent on Kim's D&G collab until it was already done.
It's about communication. Mom never mentioned it to me. I think that's why it hurts my feelings. It was my actual wedding. The year your sister got married, you then made a deal to do this fashion show. Don't do it the same year that comes out 4 months later. It's not like I did their campaign and then she did the campaign right after. Like, who cares? That's business. It's my actual wedding. And that wasn't a business deal for me.
As for Khloe, she's been acting as Kim's lapdog for a while now, and this time it was no different. When asked why she thought Kourtney was so upset, Khloe acted clueless and tried to make it look like Kourtney was overreacting.
My mom sent our family group chat a text asking everyone to post about these Chow Kim t-shirts. Everyone was on board to post. Kourtney opted out of posting.
Are you sure it's really just about the t-shirts?
I mean, as far as I know, it is.
However, everyone who's been keeping up with the Kardashians from the start knows that this is much deeper than designer outfits and business deals. Kourtney has always been the scapegoat of the family, and Kim has been bullying and gaslighting her for years.
You're a very distraught, evil human being. I don't want to see you, okay? I don't agree with who you are as a human being.
Say you're sorry.
Okay, well, if I said something that hurt your feelings, I'm sorry.
Just say you didn't mean.
You can't, you meant it. So you. I'm not going to live my life around people that make me not feel good on a daily basis.
Okay, well, clearly you're going through something else because you're acting like a lunatic.
As for Kris, she always seems to have a lot of resentment towards Kourtney, and that's probably because Kourtney is the only child that didn't give Kris a pass for cheating on the late Robert Kardashian with Todd Waterman, and she was never afraid to publicly call out Kris.
You have your own Todd right now.
No, I actually don't. I'm actually not married.
Right, but
And I'm not having an affair. You can't compare one to the other. That's absolutely not true.
Now, going back to the whole D&G situation, Kim once again tried to gaslight Kourtney and claimed she tried to push the release of her D&G collection for a year after the wedding.
She doesn't know that I have the email string begging them to push it a year.
Kim also claimed that she told D&G not to use any references from Kourtney's wedding out of respect for her sister.
I said, don't do the Madonna collection, don't do the lace collection, don't do anything that Kourtney wore to her wedding out of respect for Kourtney.
However, if you saw Kim's D&G collection, then you know she copied almost everything. And some of the outfits were literally the same. Besides that, Kim clearly has no regrets over hurting Kourtney's feelings, because in another scene from the new episode of The Kardashians, Kim was shown toasting her D&G collab. And at one point, she called Kourtney the diva of all divas.
Cheers. That's what you cheers. Cheers. Black women.
Cheers to Kim and Dolce & Gabbana.
Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana.
And to Kourtney.
And to
Kourtney.
inside joke.
To the diva of all divas.
But we can't say we're too surprised, because do you remember when Kim got married to Kanye and Fashion Nova offered to pay her $1 million for a collab after they ripped off Kanye's Yeezy designs? Well, Kim was actually considering accepting the Fashion Nova deal even after Kanye said he was uncomfortable with it, because they copied his ideas.
So a brand offered me $1 million to do a post on, some of their clothing. And they typically, I don't want to say who the brand is, but they typically
Knock off easy.
So I said, you know what? It's great money. Let me ask Kanye how he feels about it. And he's like, no, babe, I really don't want you to do that. It's like, let's
Understandable.
focus. Understandable, but that's a lot of money. How are you going to ask? That's a lot of money.
Kanye eventually had to give Kim $1 million of his own money so she would turn down the Fashion Nova offer. Also, Kim is already trying to brand and monetize her own children. So are we really shocked by what she did to Kourtney? Kim has always been money and fame hungry, and fans are saying this situation with Kourtney and DEG is just another proof that Kim will do literally anything for a check and some extra publicity, even if it means throwing her own family under the bus. Kim only cares about promoting herself, one fan said. She would set fire to her own children if she thought it would bring her money and fame. She has no respect for Kourtney. Kim was insanely jealous of the attention being on Kourtney, so she schemes to put all the attention on herself in any way that she can. It was extremely rude to do that to Kourtney. Many fans also pointed out that Kim is probably insanely jealous of Kourtney for finding true love with Travis Barker, while she has 3 failed marriages behind her and is reportedly struggling to get a date. Kim is vain, selfish, and such a narcissist like her mother, one person commented. Kim is jealous and lonely, and she's realizing she's gonna be like her mother with multiple divorces and a sugar baby for a boyfriend. Kim is always doing evil and playing dumb. By the way, Kim herself recently admitted it's not going to be easy to find someone who would want a serious relationship with her.
Oh, who's ever gonna want to date me? I have 4 kids, like, I'm in my 40s, you know, like, oh my God, who's gonna want to deal with the drums?
But despite all this, it looks like some fans are taking Kim's side on this D&G situation, and they're saying Kourtney totally blew the whole D&G thing out of proportion. One fan said, "I watched the episode and can't see what Kim did wrong. She's working, not stealing. Oh, please." But let's hear your thoughts on this drama. Are you Team Kourtney or Team Kim? Is Kourtney right to be upset about Kim's D&G collab, or is she really overreacting? Let us know in the comments, and make sure you check out this next video.